What's up, guys? Bring you another outlaw sermon and something that's kind of been on my mind the past couple of days, and I just wanted to share it with you. Is that uh, there's a lot of people out here talking a bunch of nonsense. Hurricane Milton, all these conspiracy theories that the government's controlling the weather. Uh, the government had their hand in COVID. Um the government started Maui fires with red lasers or green lasers or whatever it is, and the most likely situation is that Maui uh, is sitting on a big ball of lava. How do you think the fire got started? Um, but it's just kind of getting on my nerves that all these people are, running with all these conspiracy theories, sharing all this crap. And there may be a little bit of truth behind some of it. But at the end of the day, guys, we're living, y'all are zoomed in on one little small piece and you're not looking at the big picture. Zoom out a little bit and look at all the things that's going on. Yeah, we're living in crazy times. Yeah, our world is falling apart. We're living in the last days, the end times. And Jesus said, when you begin to see all these things happen, lift up your eyes, look up, your redemption draws near. And so many people are out here spreading all this crap, trying to explain it away. And I think that's dangerous, especially for a Christian, to be out here telling folks that the reason this happened is because of this, or the reason that happened is because of this. That's a dangerous situation. You need to be looking at the big picture, and that God is bringing judgment to this world. And in Amos chapter 2 or 3, there's a verse there, and I should have wrote it down. I wish I would have. But it says that in Amos chapter 2 or 3 that is there a city that's destroyed and God doesn't know about it, or God doesn't allow it to happen? And you think, well, preacher, that's kind of crazy. God just allow all these things to happen? Well, God's bringing judgment to the world. And you can go back and you can read your Bible, Christian, like some of you don't, or some of you do, and you don't put it in and you don't live off the teachings or something. I don't know. You don't put it into context, but you go back and you read the entire Old Testament. How many times did Israel face judgment? Over and over and over again, they faced judgment. And for some odd reason, Christians today think that we're exempt, like God's not sitting on his throne, like God has changed, like he's not doing the same things as he did in the Old Testament as he did today. Y'all think that we can go through this life living this in this sinful world and God's not going to bring judgment to it? You're crazy. So get it together, Christians. Daddy Trump's not coming to save you. I don't believe there's going to be a big revival. This world is not going to get any better. I've read the end of the book. I understand what's going to happen, and most of y'all don't. Y'all don't study. And it's just crazy to me that y'all just want to make all these excuses about what's going on, and you don't want to open your eyes and realize that we're living in the last days, and God is bringing judgment to this world. Anyway, guys, it's just crazy to me. But with all the hurricanes going on, and it just kind of I know there's a lot of people out here that are good people and are helping people, but my son had a couple soccer games, and it just reminded me of something. He's one game, he's 3, to kind of put it into context for you. One game, he just sat on the bench the whole time. He didn't want to go in. And this last game he played, in soccer, there's a center circle where they kick off, and they put him in, and he just stood there. And he didn't play. He didn't go after the ball. He didn't run after the ball. But God used that as a lesson to me that, to share with y'all that so many Christians are sitting on the sideline. They're not in the game. They're just watching life happen as it goes by. They're not doing anything for Christ. They're not reading. They're not studying. They may be saved, but they're not doing anything. In the same way with the churches, guys, is that so many of y'all are in the game, but you're not doing anything as well. You're going through the motions. You're in the game. You're going to church. You're a saved Christian, but you're not doing anything. Your church is not doing anything. Y'all are raking in bukus of money, building a bigger church. You're paying your pastor a high dollar salary. You're going through the motions. You're doing worship. You're hearing a sermon. You're thinking you're getting discipled, but you're not putting it into practice. You're not putting it in the game. And what good is it, guys, if your church is storing up all this money and a hurricane comes, you don't do anything? You might send them $1,000 worth of water or $1,000 worth of food or whatever the case may be, but you still got 50 grand in the bank or $100,000 in the bank, and you're not doing anything. What do you think God's going to do when he comes back and he looks at the church? You think he's going to be pleased with that you stored up all this money? You ain't being a very good steward of the wealth that he's given you because you want to tear down your steeple and build back a bigger chrome one so that everybody in town will see it and they might come put more money in the plate. Anyways, guys, get your shit together. If the shoe fits, wear it.